really good. Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the pregame meal.
Whoa. You don't need the microphone.
Oh, sorry.
We're not on it. We're not on the radio yet.
I forgot.
He's got a mic. He's got a boom mic on there.
Exactly.
Right.
And by the way, this is brought to you by the good people at J&D Waterproofing. And would you just say happy birthday to you, Tunch Ilkin? He's the big 6'0", 60. How old is that? That's old.
That's old.
That's old. I'm all of 59. I can't wait till I get to, no, I don't want to get to 60. Well, no, I do.
I'm not sure. I'm more surprised that I got here at all, or that I got here this fast.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Choluch, what are you seeing from Chicago?
Well, let's start with that offense. First of all, the Tariq Cohen, the offense runs through him. Now, Jordan Howard was their main running back, but he's had a bad shoulder. But right now, this kid is dynamic. He had a 65-yard punt return in Week 1 versus Atlanta. He did muff one.
Yes, he did. And let's hope he does another.
But he's very aggressive. He's a 4.3 40 guy. He's shifty enough to dodge raindrops. We're going to play Where's Waldo with him because they line him up at running back, slot, wide receiver. They move him around. They want to get the ball into his hands, Wolf. And that's the main weapon. Marcus Wheaton starting first game.
Had an appendectomy. He hadn't done much, has he?
He comes into camp. Marcus Wheaton does. He's ready. He's so excited. He is the deep threat that they've been waiting for. All of a sudden, he's got a stomach ache, and it doesn't leave. They find out he almost had an emergency appendectomy. He did have an appendectomy. And then the first day back in camp, Mitch Trubisky fires one at him. Hits the pinky. The pinky shatters. He takes off his glove and he sees the bone sticking out.
No.
So that's the second surgery in training camp. Poor kid could not buy a break. But today or Sunday is going to be his debut against his old team, and you know how that is.
Absolutely. All right, now are you deep? Hello, 60. Are you deep?
Yeah.
Defense.
What are you screaming in my ear for, man?
Well, he's old. It's his birthday. He's 60.
Look, I'm not your Grandpa Palmer. I don't need one of those cones in my ear to hear
Grandpa Palmer, he was a little bit deep.
Yeah,
yes, he was. Tell me about that Bears defense now.
It's not the monsters of the Midway, to say the least. Well, you and I saw it too. Let's talk about Akeem Hicks. He is the best player. I mean, the defensive line is the strength. Akeem Hicks is the strength of the strength, and I just think he's a terrific player.
He is a terrific player. These guys lack in the secondary. They're giving up a lot of yardage.
Huh? Sorry, that was too easy. Yeah, continue.
and you look at this front seven. It's not like they're going to get huge pressure. The Steelers have 9 sacks as compared to the 4 that the Bears have. To me, this is going to be about, number one, reducing penalties for the Steelers. Continue. They went from 13 to 10. How about 10 to 5? Something like that.
Yeah.
Secondly, this is a Bears team that's -3. Committed a lot of in turnovers. Well, win the battle of turnovers. And then if you ask me, this week, number 3 is all about the Lev Bell. For whom the bell tolls, it tolls for Lev Bell. Week 1 was what? AB, 182 yards. Week 2 was Martavis and 91 in the TD. Well, Week 3 is all about the Lev Bell.
It needs to be that because I think you got to run the ball against these guys. You got Eddie Goldman at the nose tackle.
Who?
Eddie Goldman. Then Mitch Unrein is the other defensive. And the outside guys, Willie Young and Leonard Floyd, which time I think you were going to say Pink Floyd. Those guys, they bring pressure, but it's not scary. It's not scary pressure.
No.
They bring pressure, but it's not scary pressure.
We were there in '86 against the '86 Bears. That was scary pressure.
That was scary pressure, right. Yeah, with all those Hall of Famers, Richard Dent, Dan Hampton, Michael Singletary, then you had McMichael and Fridge.
Brain matter right out.
But the reason I think if you run the ball against these guys that you can be really effective is because both Will Demps and Eddie Jackson, their safeties are very, very aggressive, and that in run support they come flying up. You start running the ball on them, you get them flying up, then over the top. Katie bar the door.
Everybody pretty much healthy on board.
Yesterday, JJ didn't work. So I don't think JJ's going to play.
Steph Tuitt worked though.
Steph Tuitt looked good, and he didn't look careful. And he didn't look depressed. You know how we say when you're coming off an injury, you could look depressed because if it's now you go, or it's like, I don't know. None of that yesterday. He looked good. Bud Dupree looked good in practice. Marcus Gilbert was also a no-show. Vance McDonald looked better in practice yesterday. He looked like his back's on the mend. So,
locked and loaded.
All hands on decks.
Week 3.
Almost all hands on
I
deck.
can't hear you.
That's right.
What'd you say?
Listen, Grandpa Palmer, go get one of the Palmer pies.
We'll see you.